So in the previous session, we discussed about variables, work areas, and internal tables, how to populate, how to define a variable and how to populate the value, how to define work area and how to populate the values, and how to define an internal table and how to add records to the internal table. To add records to the internal table, we have two options. One is append statement, the other one is insert statement. What is the difference? Append will add at the end of the table, right? But insert at the beginning, or you can also insert at specific position by using insert statement, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's create a program. How can we define these work areas and internal tables, and how to add records to internal table, right? I told you we have two approaches to add records to internal table. First approach is populating work area manually with some values and append it to internal table, or we can select data from database tables, right? We can directly select data from database tables. If we are selecting single record, what is the suitable data object we need to use?
Work area.
Work area. When we are selecting more than one record,
Internal table.
we need to use internal table in the data selection from database. Okay,
That's good.
let's create a program. So this is the virtual server what we are using. So open GUI, double click on the server. We'll use 2020 S4HANA 2020 server. What is the transaction code to create a program?
SC38.
Yes.
338.
What is SC38?
ABAP editor.
Transaction code for
Transaction
Yeah,
code.
ABAP editor or ABAP workbench. Okay,
work.
we can call SC38 as ABAP editor, or we can also call ABAP workbench, where we create the programs. SC38. Create a new program. For example, every custom program should starts with Z or Y, right? Z demo. I am using this naming convention. Data objects. Example. Every program name should be unique. Okay, we cannot use same program name multiple times. Provide the program title. It will display it at the selection screen. Type as executable program. Executable program can execute on its own. It can accept the input and return the output. Save. What is package? Package is like a folder. So we use specific package name, depends on the application what we are creating. Okay, for now we'll use local object. So when we use local object, you cannot transport these program changes to further systems like test system or production system. This program is local to the current system or development system, I can say. Okay, when you assign proper package only, you can transport it to the next system once your development is completed. So the first statement of the program should be report and program name, right? Now, what is the statement to define selection screen parameters? Selection screen inputs.
Parameters.
Parameters. Use chain operator for multiple. Some p underscore value. Type, I'll take integer. I for integer, right? This to define parameter. How to define a variable?
Data.
The data keyword.
Data. Name can be
Name.
anything, but we follow some naming convention. LV underscore, for example, EMP ID. Type
Type. Character. Or
C.
num. Length.
Length you can specify like this, or you can also use brackets here. In you can enclose length here instead of using this, right?
Okay.
This is how you define the variable. And how to pass the data to variable? LV underscore EMP ID equal to any hard coded value, like EMP 100, right? Or you can also pass values from the parameter LV underscore EMP ID equal to P underscore. Like this also you can pass the values, right? From one variable to another variable, from one parameter to the variable, right? You can pass the values like this. Now, what is the type of parameter? What is the data type of parameter?
Integer type.
Integer. What is the data type of employee ID? LV employee ID?
Character type.
Character type. Can we pass integer type to character type data variable?
No. No, sir.
Let's check. Right. LV underscore EMP ID. What is the expected output? Tell me. Is there any error or is there any
No.
syntax error?
No, sir.
Okay.
Check the syntax. Actually, this EMP ID spelling mistake. You can correct this.
Spelling. Uh,
You can auto correct. No syntax errors. Now tell me what is the expected output.
Empty output. EMP.
Sorry, EMP 100.
100, sir.
Is this the output?
100.
So first we are passing EMP 100 in line number 11, and again we are populating a new value from parameter. Whatever the
Yes.
value entered by the user, we are populating it to same variable employee ID. Now tell me what is the output.
What
So parameter is a integer type and
100.
employee ID is a character type. It can accept, right? Integer value. So character data type can accept any value, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Character can accept alphabets,
Numbers.
numbers,
Special
special
characters.
characters, anything,
Yes, sir.
right? What is the issue here? It is an integer type, it will accept, right? But if you reverse this, is it going to work? We are trying to pass character data to integer type. This should not correct way. This should not be the correct way, okay? Because
Okay, sir.
integer type cannot accept character type data, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
So execute the program. So enter some value, execute 100, because it is overwriting here, correct? This value is being overwritten here in the line number 12, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So depends on
Understand.
the data type, right? So we can decide whether we can pass it to the other variable or not. Let's define one more variable, integer type I. Now let me try to pass lv underscore num equal to lv underscore emp id. I'm commenting this. Check the syntax. Is there any syntax error? No syntax errors. What are we doing here? We're populating the character type data to
Integer data.
integer
Yes.
type. Let's see, is it going to work or not? Keep a breakpoint. Desktop 3, go to desktop 3. Value is populated, employee ID 100. LVNum is empty by default. Click on F6 or F5. What happened? This is called runtime exception. This is called runtime exception. We got a runtime error. There is no syntax error in the program, but we got a runtime error, right? What is the error? Observe this. How to check the error? Short text cannot be interpreted as a number. So EMP 100, we are trying to pass this value to integer type, right?
Yes, sir.
Go to the error analysis. An attempt was made to interrupt value 100 as number. So it is saying that, hey, you are trying to pass the character data to number data type. Scroll down. When you see the error, this kind of error, scroll down to code. In which line the error is? You can see this arrow mark.
13th line.
You can see this arrow mark. It is pointing where you got this runtime error. Double click on this line. It will take you to the program, right? So that is called a runtime exception. Is there any error in the program?
No.
No syntax
Sir.
errors, right? But when you execute the program, we got the runtime exception or short dump. We call it as short dump, right? How to fix that? You need to fix data, how we are populating the data. Change the program. This should not be the proper statement because you are trying to pass character data
Character to
to
integer value. Integer data.
Let me do one more thing. I'll remove EMP. I'll just pass 100, but still it is a character data type, right? But I am removing alphabets in that. I'm keeping only numbers in the character data type. Okay,
Yes, sir.
but still it is a character data type. Let's see, is it going to work or not? I'm passing character data type variable to integer type.
100 will be the output.
Go to desktop 3. Working, right?
Yes, sir.
We did not get any runtime exception, right?
Yes, sir.
Still we are passing character data only, but there is no character type values like alphabets or special characters in the value. That's why it is accepted. Okay, clear? But
Yes, sir.
this is not the recommended approach because in future you might have a different value in employee ID, correct? At that in that case, the program is not going to work. Whenever you execute, you can see that short dump. Okay.
Sir, in 15th line,
Mm.
we have equal to p underscore value
Yes.
1, right?
Yes.
So, what this value 1 will be, sir?
So we have defined a parameter, right?
Yes, sir.
So whatever the input entered by the user, that will be populated to this variable.
Okay, sir.
But I have commented this. If you observe this, I commented that. Okay. So now it is not populating to variable, right?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Clear, everyone? So this is how we work with the variables and parameters. Now let's see how to work with the work areas and internal tables.
If we remove that commented one, sir, for that same line?
This one.
Yes.
Then whatever the input entered by the user, that will be populated to employee ID.
Okay.
Here in this line. This will be overwritten. Whatever the value you are passing in line number 12, right?
Okay.
That will be overwrite by line number 15. The
Output.
parameter value will overwrite.
Output will be p value 1, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir.
Now let's see how to work with work areas and internal tables. How to define a work area? This is
Data
how we
object
need to
is
define
for
the work area. First, we need to create a type structure with required fields, right? With the types big enough, type structure name, and in between you have to mention all the fields with the relevant data type. And you need to use a data statement to define the work area. And you need to populate the values to work area like this. Work area hyphen field name equal to corresponding value, right?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
I will define work area. What is prerequisite? Create a type structure. Types big enough. Takes any name. For example, ty underscore data. What is work area? Work area might contain one or more fields, right? In a record, in a single record. So
Sir.
Yes.
list out the fields what you need. For example, empid type C. I'll provide some length 10.
Employee name, EMP name,
For example, 40.
40.
Type
Types,
C.
city,
Phone
10.
10.
Type in
Type number DOJ.
data.
What is DOJ? Date of join.
Data join.
Data
What is the
join.
type?
Type num.
Date.
D.
Date of join means date,
Okay.
right? What is the
Date.
data
D.
type for date? D.
D.
D,
You
sir.
don't need to specify the length, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, these fields are enough for now. Or if you want salary, you can take some value. Maybe decimals 2, comma, end of ty underscore data. This is the type structure. We call this as a type structure. What is the next step? Define work area. How to define work area? What is the statement used to define the work area?
Data. Area.
Data,
Data work
some
area,
name, like as per some naming convention, we'll assign some name. Okay.
work area,
I'll use name like this, AA underscore some data or EMP data, whatever. Type ty underscore
King.
data.
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 So my work area is ready. Do we have any data in this work area?
No.
No.
No, it is empty space created, empty memory created as per
Created.
these data types, right?
Yes.
Now this work area contains 5 fields, right?
Okay.
Yes,
Like
sir.
this. Now we need to populate the data. How to populate the data? W
Work
underscore data
area,
hyphen
IP,
empid equal to
ID,
So
some
now
maybe
EMP
100.
ID.
100. Okay. Hyphen employee name, name of employee.
Maybe some
Phone.
phone
Phone.
equal to some number. Do we need to use single quotes?
No.
No,
No.
Please.
not required for number types or integers. And DOJ. Tell me how to populate data of join.
Year. Month. Date.
Hmm.
Y.
2023
Shap into
11
0 to
02 maybe
11.
10 some date, yesterday's date, right?
Sir, if you mention Y and all, it can directly take or else it will display the same.
No, it won't take if you like. What do you mean by? Oh, can you repeat one more time?
If we don't give the date and we write only YYYY, MM and DD.
It won't accept.
Okay.
Date should be in a proper format, otherwise it won't accept.
Okay, sir.
20. Okay.
How much salary?
20K.
20,000 you want. Okay, that's it. Should expect at least 40 50,000.
Okay. For example, I said 20.
Now we populated the data to work area, right? So let's say data is in work area, and how to display the data from work area? In write statement, right? Is it going to display the data output? Cannot be converted to a character like value. It won't accept like that. When you want to display the work area data in output, we cannot directly use work area name here, just like variable. We need to use individual field names. Employee ID,
Employee name.
I don't want to display the rest of the fields.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
I have all the fields, but I don't want to display in the output, right? I want to
Okay,
display
sir.
only these values in the output. You might have 100 fields,
Okay.
but there is no rule that we need to display everything in the output.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
display whatever required. Okay. Work area might contain 50 fields. If you want to display all the fields, list out all the fields. Okay. Keep a breakpoint and execute. Go to desktop 3. So this is your work area. How many fields you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fields are available in work area, right? And their corresponding data types. Now F5, first value is populated, employee ID is populated. Press F5 again in the keyboard. F5, name is populated. F5, phone number is populated. F5, date of join is populated. F5, salary is also populated, right? In debugging mode, if you want to change any value available in work area, you can change here. You can see this pen symbol, right? Pencil symbol. Click on this, enter the value and click on enter. Click on enter. It will update the values. Okay. In debugging mode, you can change the values inside work area if it is required for your testing. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we are displaying the output. So this is the output 1, 2, 3, right? If you want to display some header, just use one more write statement. In single quotes. Slash. For underline, okay, we need to use slash for the next select statement also. just like that. You can adjust this. You can adjust these headers, okay, to display it
Yes, sir.
as some heading when you are using write statement, okay. But these are not necessary anymore because we are using advanced options in these days to display the output data, okay.
Can we get lines, sir?
Huh.
Okay.
But this is temporary option which we are going to use for the few more sessions, okay.
Okay, sir.
So the alternative for write statement is cl underscore demo underscore output arrow mark display within the bracket use a work area name space maintain single space. This is the alternative for write statement for sample output display, okay. So this is called class. It is a class, object oriented class, and it is a method. Display is a method, okay. So anyway, you don't need to know about this object, but just remember this syntax: cl demo output arrow mark display, and within the bracket enter your work area name or variable name or internal table name. Whatever the data object you provide here, it will display it in the output. Let me comment the write statement. This is to just to display the sample output, okay. It is more convenient than write statement. So it will display the output like this with fields as headings, okay.
Yes, sir.
This to just test your program to display the output.
Yes,
You can
sir.
also use this for variables, work area. In between here, right? In between the brackets, you can use variable name or work area name or internal table name, whatever the data you want to display as output, okay. Is everyone clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Going forward, we'll use this CL demo output, okay, because it is easy. It will save our time. Now, I've added data to work area, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
I want to add this data to internal table. What we need to do? First, to define an internal table.
Append.
What is the statement to define an internal table? Data, same statement. For example, I'll give some name to the internal table as per the naming convention: IT underscore data, type,
Type. Structure of table.
Standard,
Standard of table.
standard of
standard
table,
table of TY data.
type standard table of TY underscore data.
And
Now observe,
Yes,
both work area and internal table both are referring to the same type structure, right?
yes, sir.
But work area will accept single record. Internal table can accept internal table can accept more than one record.
Multiple
That is the
records.
difference. But fields, order of the fields and the structure both are same in that case, right?
Yes, sir.
Now I've already added one record to the work area. Now let me add it to the internal table. How to add work area record to internal table? Using append statement. Append w underscore data to it underscore data. Now one record is added to the internal table, okay. When you use append statement, this work area record will be added to the internal table. How to add the one more record? Let me copy this. Populate the new record. Before populating the new record, what we need to do?
clear.
Clear the
Clear.
work area, because
Clear.
we should not populate the first record values in the second record. For example, I am populating date of join here, right? Or phone number. I'm not populating phone number here. Let me comment here. And also I'll comment the clear statement so that you can observe the difference. Okay. And append w underscore data to
IT data.
it underscore data. It will add one more record to the internal table, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let me display the data from internal table. I'll use internal table name here in CL demo output. Check the program and activate the program. Now what is the expected output? Let me change the employee ID 101 101, some 30,000, and date of join is today's date. How to populate current date?
SY datum.
sy-datum. That is a system variable to populate the current system date. Now test the program. Keep a breakpoint here. We are populating the first record to work area. Internal table, double click on the internal table. How many records are there in the internal table now? Double click on the internal table. 0 records with how many columns?
5.
5 columns. Double click on the internal table. So it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields and 0 records.
Yes, sir.
Populate the work area. Now controller is at line number 23. Append the record. Now click on the check the internal table. How many records we have?
One record.
1 record. Double click on the internal table. So this is
100.
the internal table record. Right? Now again it is populating new record to the work area. F5. One more record got added to
I
internal table.
table.
In which
Yes.
position? At the
Second.
end, right? Because 101 is at the end. Append statement will add at the end, right?
Yes, sir.
Now observe the values. First record 1 employee ID, name, phone number, DOJ, salary. Second record employee ID, name of the employee ID, phone number. We are not populating the phone number, right? For second employee, 101 employee.
Yes, sir. We
Yes, sir.
commented it.
We are not populating it. We are because we don't know the employee ID. Oh, sorry, we don't know the phone number of that 101 employee ID.
Okay.
We are not
When we do
populating it,
this
but it is.
meeting,
But the first employee phone number is populated for second employee also. That is not correct, right?
yes, sir.
Sir.
That is because we are not clearing the work area after appending the data, and we are populating same work area, and we are appending the same work area to internal table. So the previous values are already there, and in the next record we are not populating phone number because in that case the phone number is not going to overwrite with new values, right?
Yes, sir.
That's why incorrect data is populating. That's why you should always clear work area before going to populate the new record. Okay?
Okay,
Like
sir.
this. Like this, you can populate records to internal table one by one. If you want to populate one more, populate the work area. Okay? Populate the phone number. Well, system date plus or minus 2. 40,000. Right? Clear?
Phone numbers are same, sir.
You can change it. If you want, you can change the phone number.
Yeah.
Some phone number.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Or you can write a do loop like this. Do 5 times. And do. What it will do? It will repeat the same
5
steps
times.
for
5 times.
multiple times, correct? It will
Yes,
repeat
sir.
the same statements. Whatever we included in between this do and undo will repeat for 5 times. Add it here. For example, this equal to what I am doing here. I'm populating some random value 100 plus 1. No, it will be always same, right? I'll do one thing. I won't clear this. right? I will do +1 every time. Okay, I'll do +1 every time. This one also I'll do +1 every time. So this will repeat for 5 times, right?
Yes,
We'll see
sir.
how it will work. This one also I'll do plus 10. Just observe, don't confuse. So even if you don't understand, don't worry, because I'm just trying to explain this. Now execute the program. So it will populate the records one by one to internal table. Second record populated, third record is also populated. Now what this do statement will do? 3 records are already populated to internal table. Now we are populating records using do statement, so that it will repeat the steps for 5 times, right? First, append to the internal table. Next, second record. What it will do? Employee ID +1. That means I think we don't have any value, right? Now it will make it 2. Now next time employee ID equal to 3 plus, like this it will repeat for 5 times and populate the records to internal table for 5 times, right? Now how many records we have in the internal table? 8 records, right? We
Yes,
manually
sir.
populated 3 records and we used do statement to populate 5
Populating.
records, right?
Yes, sir.
So not only populating the internal table, using do statement, you can repeat any functionality for specific number of times. Okay. Now display the output. So this is how you can populate the internal table data from work area. Okay. Now all the records are added at the end, right? Shall we try insert statement?
Yes, sir.
I'll comment the append. I commented the append. So what is the syntax to add append insert statement? Insert work area into table, internal table name, IT underscore data. So this is the statement to populate work area record to internal table. Okay, I've replaced all the append statements with the insert statement. So this is the syntax: insert work area into table, internal table name. Now observe how the records will be inserted. Insert is executed. First record populated. What is the first record? 100. Second record is also populated. In which position?
Bottom. Second.
Second position only it is inserting. Third record, fourth record, and fifth record. If I think it should be in the top position, right? As per the insert statement. Observe the output. So it is also inserting one by one. Let's try this statement. We'll try to insert at the specified position. Here I am replacing insert work area into internal table index. What is index? Position, or I'll insert at second position. Record position. Okay. How can you define the record position?
With the help of index.
Index statement. Now let's see how this will work. I'll keep one more breakpoint here. F7. It will stop at the next breakpoint. So as of now, what is the record that we have in the second position? 101, right?
Yes,
Now
sir.
let's see. Now what is the record that is available in second position? The newly added record.
Yes, sir. 45, okay.
One more time. It will every record it will add at second position, right? If you see this, all the records are added at second position, right? Or you can
Yes.
also use index 1 to insert everything at the top
In first line.
in the first level. Right? All the records are inserted at the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Is everyone clear? So when you are working with internal tables and work areas, what is very important? We have to clear the work area once the process is completed. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And now I'll show you one more thing. If you are not using CL demo output, how can you display internal table data as output? What is the alternative statement to display the output?
Right.
Write statement, right? That means write IT underscore. Now we have data in the internal table, right?
Yes, sir. Whatever we want, we need to mention.
Can we do like this? It is not possible. If it is a work area, we can display using write statement by using hyphen field names.
Yes, sir.
But we cannot use internal table like this in the write statement. For that, what we need to do? We can display the data only through work area. We cannot directly display internal table data if we are using write statement. Okay? We can only display through write statement, display through work area data, work area record. For that, what we need to do? We have a statement called loop statement, loop at IT underscore data into which one? WA underscore
Data.
data and end loop. Now what the loop statement will do? It will process record one by one into work area. So how many times this loop statement will execute? Depends
8.
on the number of records available in the internal table. Now we have 8 records in the internal table, right? This loop statement will repeat for 8 times, similar to the do loop, right? But do
Yes,
loop
sir.
is a fixed number of times, whatever the number of times we provided here. But what about loop statement?
Whatever record we have,
How many
those are
records we have in the internal table depends on the internal table records count, it will repeat, right? Whatever the code you have written in between loop and end loop, that will be repeated depends on the number of records, right?
Yes, sir.
Now it will place records one by one into work area. For the first record will be placed into work area, and the logic whatever you implemented that will be executed. After that, it will again go to the loop statement. Second record will be placed into work area, and then logic will be executed. Third record will be placed into work area. Like that, one by one records will be placed into work area. Okay. Now change this WA underscore. Will display data from work area. And at the end, clear work area. Once you displayed the output, clear the work area. Now keep a breakpoint here, execute the program. Now if I click on F8, what will happen? If I click on F8, what will happen? Now I'm
May
in
all
debug screen.
the data.
So usually it should complete the program execution, right? If I click on F8,
Yes, sir.
but I have kept one more breakpoint here. So if you click on F8, that should stop at next available breakpoint. Okay, F8 or
Yes,
F7. Now double click on the internal table. We have 8 records. Now we'll see how loop will process. First record, observe the tab x count. Sy tab x is the system variable which tracks the loop count. Okay, Sy tab x. First time, first record. Where it is processing the first record and display first record and clear the work area. Next, second record will be placed into work area from internal table. Tab x equal to 2. Display it. Third record. If you want, you can see it like this. Hyphen employee ID. You can see the employee ID is processing. Fourth record is processing. Fifth record, sixth record, seventh record, eighth record, end. Loop is completed. Why it is displaying like this?
Area.
Use slash. We are not using slash here, right? To split the record, each record into new line, right? If it output will be displayed like this. Okay. When you are using write statement, you need to use a loop to process each record into work area and display the work area record. Okay. But if you are using a CL demo output, you don't need to use a loop statement. You can directly display it from internal table. Okay. But loop statements are very important. We use it in the programs, not only display the output, not only for display the output. Okay. Is everyone clear?
For do loop also we need to write clear data, sir, or else no need.
Like if we clear here, right?
Hmm?
Again, it won't populate new values because I am dynamically adding new values to here by adding +1. First time, this will be populated with 1. Employee ID will be populated with 1. Next time, what I am doing? Employee ID +1.
Adding. Okay.
Now it is 2. So that's why I'm not clearing it. Otherwise, we should clear that.
And also, we are commenting append line, sir.
Instead of
If we
that, we are
don't
using
comment,
insert.
okay.
Sorry, if you don't comment, it will add 2 records.
Oh, okay, sir.
One time it will add through insert statement, the other time it will add through append statement.
So
Same record will be added 2 times if you use both
16
statements.
lines will get an output screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Because insert and append both are alternative statement. We should not use both at a time, right? Depends on the requirement. We can use insert or append.
Okay, sir.
So that's
Sir.
how we use data objects, including work areas and internal tables. In the next session, we'll see how to select data from database tables and display. Right?
Sir, what is about insert index, sir?